Hi everyone, Life DIY Josie here, where life stands for low budget ideas for everyone. Today I have free and easy DIY organizers for you all. I will be organizing this drawer. This is where we keep all our knives, food scissors, and scooper, tongs, and even the removable handles for our pots and pans. I would like to corral them better so that they will not be messy. And just removing the items for now. It's one of the items that I am going to be reusing, this flat packaging bottom part for the assorted cheese that they sell at Costco. So I figured I can use this to put my food scissors as well as the removable handles for the pots and pans. The ridges allow for separation as well as act as stoppers so that these items will not move whenever I open and close the drawer. I'm just testing the knives if they will fit into this area here, but I still need to put a divider so that whenever I open and close the drawer, it will not move. So I am using this shallow rectangular box and I'm going to be measuring it and cut it to size to ensure that it will be a right fit. And using my ruler and my marker, I am going to be marking the measurement and I'll be drawing a line. And then using a sharp pair of scissors, I will just cut along the line. Now to test the size, it has to be snug so that the box itself, when I move the drawer, it will not move. And just to test also if the three knives will fit. Yeah, they fit just right. And the bottom part or the flat organizer also fits perfectly and it's snug. So even if I move the drawer, they are intact. I am going to be using the remaining piece of the box and adjust the size by marking the width of the drawer so that it also will fit, and then that's where I'm going to be putting the other items. It looks like it will fit snugly, and I just want to check again by opening and closing the drawer. However, I noticed that this part here is a little high, so I need to trim it down so that it'll just fit right and it will not get snagged. After trimming, it now glides smoothly, and I now have enough space for these other items that were just loosely organized earlier. Now they're more corralled, and then there's still enough space here for the oven mitt or pot holder. Next, I'll be revamping or redoing this section of the closet pantry. A few months ago, I have already updated this and improved, and I like the boxes here, and they're still working out fine for us. So I don't need to change those because they're really working just fine. However, the one below it, that's the one that I need to redo. So I cleared out everything and I'm just cleaning it up. I'm just using this disinfectant wipes. I'd like to take advantage of the height of the space, and because the depth is just so far back that it's harder for us to reach out for things or sort things out from the front to the back rather than doing it more on a vertical manner. So that's why I want to create a two-tier organizer. So I'm going to be using this Amazon's shipping box and I'm going to be cutting the flaps. So I'm going to be removing these flaps here so that I will have a clean finish on the front, like so. I am going to be reinforcing the inside of this box by using a similar box, the shallow rectangular box, similar to what I used on the upper shelf. Since I am planning to put a couple of baskets there, I would like for it to be sturdy enough to hold those two baskets from Dollar Tree. So I think that's strong enough. And then I'm also placing this shallow rectangular shipping box from Amazon, and I am going to be using it on the right side of that two-tier organizer that I'm creating. I also cut the flaps, and what I'm doing here is I'm lining the inner part of this shallow box, the flaps that I have removed, the longer ones, and to kind of reinforce that bottom part there. Now, since I don't want this to be tucked all the way in, because that's my problem, is reaching towards the back, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be putting this other packaging or shipping box only filled with some packaging materials. It doesn't contain anything important, just the packaging material, so that I can fill the void at the back, so that the box that I am using for creating the two-tier organizer won't be pushed all the way to the back, so that it'll be easier for me and my daughter to reach for things. So in other words, that box will act as a stopper, and now this one doesn't go all the way to the back because of that other box that I put behind it, and now it aligns also to the box on the right. And as you can see, there's a part protruding towards the back, which is good, so that if I have an item there, it wouldn't fall off or push towards the back. Let me just test the Dollar Tree basket. I have 4 of these of similar colors, so I'll put 2 at the bottom or inside this box, which will be the bottom part of this two-tier organizer, and then I'll put a couple more on the top. I'm really glad that they fit just right, enough space, enough clearance on the top as well. So what I'm gonna do first is prepare this shallow box that's on the right side of the two-tier organizer, because this is where we're gonna put back the toothpaste, the toothbrushes, and I'm just using or reusing these 2 old containers that I got. And then I am going to be cutting this piece to fit. This is the flap that I removed from this same box, and then I'm just gonna use this as a divider, because behind this I'm gonna create a section for the other things that we would use. And since it's going to be towards the back, remember I said earlier that I don't like reaching out too far back, I will just put the items that we rarely use there. So for example, some pet medications that we don't always give our pets, because only when they need to have them, and also some extra supplies of mouthwash and toothpaste as well. So as long as I don't have to reach for things on a daily basis, it will not be cumbersome. To create the divider, I bent the 2 ends of that flap that I have cut off from this box earlier, and then I am attaching both ends with the packaging tapes, one on each side. I am going to make another fold for another piece of cardboard that I also cut, the other similar size. I will fold it in half so that I can use this as a divider inside that section that I already put a divider on, thereby creating 2 compartments. And I do plan to use these compartments for the items that we rarely use. The left side will be for the pet's medications, and the right side will be for the extra supplies and bulk items. Once again, I'm using packaging tapes to attach this divider to keep it in place. So this organizer is done, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. And there it is. It fits perfectly. I will just need to cover the front though with a piece of cardboard so that that logo or the Amazon sticker doesn't stick out. I'm using this small piece of leftover cardboard from the shipping box, and I'm going to be cutting it to the height to cover the sticker or the Amazon logo. Camouflaging the logo will give it a cleaner and more neutral appearance. I really like the aesthetics here, and now I'm going to be filling out these organizers, including the baskets, later on. So I'll be doing this in fast motion. Now onto the 4 baskets. I'm going to be using this shallow square food container, and I am going to be utilizing it kind of like an inner divider for things. My daughter's eye care, like her contact lenses as well as her contact solutions, will go to the first basket. And the bottle can be standing upright like that or sideways, but to avoid leaking, we will put it right side up. For the second basket, I'll be using this empty tofu container that I've cleansed and disinfected, and this is where I'm going to be putting my daughter's lip glosses and lip tints, and also around it I will be putting the other makeup supplies that she has and that she needs, like her compacts, her pressed powder, as well as her eyeshadows and other products that she uses on a daily basis. I found a place to hide the comb, and it is this between space, or the small or narrow gap between the 2 boxes. I will be organizing in the third basket our meds and vitamins. I will be repurposing these boxes that used to be packaging boxes for products. Like, for example, this one here is for the tea leaf box or packaging, and then the smaller ones are for my diabetes patch reader, which is the Dexcom G7. I will be cutting all the flaps from these smaller boxes. So I have a total of 6 small boxes, and I will be doing the same thing to all of them, cutting all the flaps. And then I'll be placing all the 6 smaller boxes inside the bigger box to make an organizer that is subdivided into 6 sections that will hold our medicines and first aid kits like band-aids and ointments. For the fourth and last basket, I will be placing all the bottled items. For example, pills that are in a bottle, medicines that are in a bottle, ointments that are in a bottle, and liquid meds or even capsules that are in the bottle. So anything that's bottled, I'll be putting inside this basket. And the smaller bottles, I am corralling them inside this organizer container that I got at Temu. Instead of placing that fourth basket on the top, I am moving the makeup basket because they're lighter on the top right, and then putting all the bottled items that are inside that fourth basket to replace it so that all the heavy items will be at the bottom layer or tier and all the lighter items are on the top or second tier. Just continuing to fill up the box next to the 2-tier organizer, I am going to be reusing this Band-Aid box that I emptied earlier, And I will be using this to organize my dog Cloud's dental hygiene items, like for example his mouthwash, his toothbrush, and his toothpaste. So I'm putting this towards the back on the left section, or the pet care section of this shallow box, and I added a couple more meds for our pets. And what's good about this drawer pull type organizer, even though it's towards the back, I can just pull it towards me and then push it back once I'm done reaching for stuff or for putting back things as well. Now for the last item, I'm just putting this organizer or dispenser for our ear cotton tips. And here's the brief look of the contents of that rectangular box. Everything is neatly organized. Actually, the transformation on this shelf is amazing, and everything now is accessible easily, and it is more functional. So here's another look. As I open this cupboard, I like what I see. It's neater, it's more organized, and also it complements the neutral tone of the boxes on the upper shelf, making it more cohesive. If you would like to see how I did that shelf, as well as the bottom half of this closet, the pantry itself, please watch the links. I will be putting them in the description box below, and also the in-link video in the form of an iCard. For the next one, I will be repurposing this box. This is a packaging box for some ramen that we bought at Costco, and I like that this is very sturdy. And what I'm gonna do is turn it inside out, because the outside part right now has the product images, and to make it look more neutral and pleasing to the eyes, I would have to use the inner part of it, and then I will just use it as an organizer for my cleaning bottles for the kitchen. It was a bit of a struggle to rip this open, because they really made sure that this is really compact and sturdy when they connected this, or they use some heavy duty glue. So what I'm gonna do is, again, like I said, flip it inside out, and then I'm just gonna be using the packaging tapes. I wouldn't be using glue, not even hot glue on this one. Commercial glues, you could probably use them if you have them, but if you don't, just use the packaging tape. It doesn't really matter, because it's going to be on the inside. However, I'm going to be reinforcing this on the outside as well with additional packaging tapes, just so this is going to be stronger and sturdier, so that this will be able to carry the load of the bottle cleansers or the spray bottles that I use for disinfecting and cleaning the house, so that it will not also break or unravel. If you do not like to see the tapes or the seams on the front, you can still cover the front with something decorative. Even the contact paper, you can cover this box. But I like to keep it simple. It doesn't really bother me if I see the tapes or the seams, because it's hidden. It's inside a cabinet. So I'm just going to be placing it inside this cabinet, where it's going to be in easy reach when I'm doing my cleaning. And I still have enough space here, so I'm thinking I can push it to the back, and I can also put this container for my cleaning wipes. To the left, I will be putting this box that I opened the sides, so that I will have easy reach for my garbage bags. However, there is a disadvantage to this. The reason why I'm doing this sideways, by the way, on this laying down on its side rather than upright, is because I want to be able to put something on top of it, like this dishwasher detergent. However, a couple weeks later, it is already sagging, and its item on the top is heavy, and it's because the items inside have depleted, because I've been using the garbage bags. So there are a couple of solutions that I would like to suggest here. You can either use a different box that is sturdier than this packaging box that's from the company or the manufacturer, because this is flimsy, or you can actually turn it inside out again. Of course, that doesn't solve the flimsiness, but I will be using two empty containers of the cleaning wipes that I will put in the roll of the garbage bags. Now, just want to make sure that you're aware that the contents or the garbage bags are bigger than the capacity of the cleaning wipes containers. There are extra large or jumbo containers that will also work out as well. However, they may not fit inside this box. So I do have the regular size and I will show it to you. Now, what you can do is once one of them, because you're not going to be using both rolls at the same time. So what I do is I finish up one roll first and then I go to the next roll. So what I can do here to keep it sturdy is that I can put the roll that is depleting that can fit inside this container, and then the other one I will keep it the roll without putting it inside the container. And then once it depletes, I can use the extra container to keep it sturdier so that I can use the top. Again, I'm keeping all of these containers because I hate throwing things away. I like upcycling or repurposing things, and these are the best when it comes to also organizing inside the home. I do have another video from a while back that I used this for several things, like dispensing some smaller bags, as well as keeping some of the grocery bags, or even for throwing away my insulin needles. So I like that this is very versatile and I can repurpose it. So this is how I'm using it. Of course, for the purpose of showing to you, I kind of depleted the one on the right so that you can see that both containers can fit. And then I will just put the detergent on the top again. And now it's not going to sag and it's functional. And that's a wrap for now, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me again today, and hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please share to anyone who would be looking for this type of organizational ideas that are free and or easy on the budget. Hope you have a nice day, everyone. I'll talk to you again on my next video. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.